Because of the work that DeFree does around the country with churches, helping churches learn how to help church members live without debt, delinquencies, and deficits, I've gotten numerous calls in the last few weeks from pastors and from church leaders whose churches have financial challenges as institutions, especially churches that are now having to do online ministry. We can't gather on Sunday morning like my own church at First Baptist. And the offerings aren't what they used to be. And for many of us, the church has been operating from Sunday to Sunday the same way our members are living paycheck to paycheck. What I've been telling pastors I'd like to share with you now, and that is this: if your church has debt, if your church has a mortgage, if your church has financed anything, what I would urge you to do is contact your lender immediately. Don't wait for your lender to contact you. Look at the numbers and begin making projections of what kind of losses you expect to have this year, not this month, but this year, if the giving remains where it's been for the last couple of weeks. We don't know how long this challenge is going to last. We don't know how long we'll be quarantining. We don't know how long we'll have curfew, but we do know how long we have to pay off our bills. So what I would urge you to do is contact your bank and start the conversation. Don't say you can't pay. Don't say you want anything different, but start the conversation and get the name of the person that you're going to need to talk to in a week or two once you offer some suggestions on how to adjust your debt payments. Now, if you have a mortgage, listen, banks don't want to foreclose on churches. Lenders don't want your building. They want their money. And it doesn't really matter how much your building is worth. What matters is how much income you have, and therefore what is your ability to repay the loan. You may suggest in a few weeks that you take the next 2 or 3 months' payments and put them on the back of the loan. So for instance, if you have 100 payments left, instead of making payments 1, 2, and 3, you put that on the back and you go without making any payments for 3 months, and then you put those 3 months on the back of the loan, and which means that you're paying 3 months longer than you had planned to. Another strategy is to do interest only. If the majority of your monthly payment goes for interest and not principal, then you may want to organize a way to pay either principal or interest only to reduce your payments. Another possibility is to refinance your entire loan. Interest rates are low. If you only have 5 years left, you may want to take the 5 years worth of debt that you were going to pay and refinance over a 30-year period, which means you still owe the same amount of money, but your monthly payments are substantially lower, and then when things rebound, you can pay off that loan even before 30 years comes along. Whatever the case, your bank will have suggestions on how to bring relief. What you don't want is to not talk to your lender, whether your lender is a bank or private lender. And if you are beginning to have cash flow crunch, the one thing you do not want to do is to withhold your payroll taxes from the federal government and use that money for operations. You do not want to get behind with the IRS. Churches are tax exempt. That means we don't pay sales tax. We don't pay property tax. We do pay payroll tax. And so make sure you pay your payroll tax at whatever cost, because the IRS is not going to be as forgiving as your bank. So God bless you. If you have any questions, send me an email, info@mydfree.org, and we'll be happy to talk with you one-on-one to give you some suggestions on how to avoid a disaster with your church finances while we're having a global crisis in response to the virus that's spreading. So God bless you.